Yes, people. Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome back to the Straightjacket podcast 199, sponsored by Boohoo Man. Make sure, people, to go and get your Boohoo Man jumpers. Link in the description. Use the code Saeed right at the bottom. You see a banner. You get 10% off your orders. Get swagged up. It's getting cold, so go and get your hoodies. Stay warm. Stay protected because it ain't easy out here. But podcast 199. The penultimate podcast before the 200th podcast. Wow. I'm still got to pinch myself, man. Nearly 200 podcasts, Nuruddin. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's been a journey. It's been a journey.
Been a journey, man. The highs and lows of United in the last 4 years have probably been the most stressful if you actually deep it. So you've got to give it to us. We give you every week. So please smash a like on the video straight away. First 100 of you already in the chat. Hit that like button. Let's get the likes up early. Make sure you're subscribing to Nuruddin. We're always live after this channel as well, after this show. So come and join us over there. But Nuruddin, how are you, man? It's cold out there, man. The wind is hitting everyone, man. It's flu season. How are you?
Full of cold, man. Full of cold. Man's had a busy day out and about, man. Crazy.
Yeah, you were there as well yesterday at the Everton ground.
Got caught in the rain, man. Got caught in the rain. I was
this rain, by the way. Can I just say something? This rain, when I check on the weather app here, and it shouldn't be the where you should get your source information from, but it says it's not going to rain, and all of a sudden, I'm getting caught up in the rain every night in Manchester. Like it's relentless, Lord. I mean, yeah, but how was the game? Obviously, from your
You're getting caught up, mate. Listen, it was mad last night. VIPs, mate, for part of the VIP crew.
Oh, no, did the Glazers give me that ticket? Did the Glazers give me that ticket?
No, actually, it was the Keens hookup, man. The Keens of this world.
Okay.
The Michael Keens of this world. It was their hookup, so yeah, it was them.
Did you get a little wine and dine in there? Did they give you a little bit of a tea and coffee and that? Few biscuits?
No, not a wine and dine. But it was one of those mad ones, bro. It was one of those mad ones. But you know, I got good seats. But I want to hear your spiel first about this Casemiro masterclass.
Come on, man. Casemiro. Talk to me, Lord.
Listen,
I want the agenda.
I'm going to move.
Listen, I thought for me, yeah, it showed you why having a bad moment doesn't mean that you have a bad game. I think a lot of people looked at that one mistake and thought, would he have folded? And that's what you're going to get with Casemiro. One bit of element. He made a bad mistake. But for me, after that mistake, I thought for me he had a very, very good game. And I know a lot of people will look at, he gave the most balls away, he gave this, but I'm looking at what he does with the ball, Nuruddin. What he does with the ball, McTominay doesn't give you that. McTominay doesn't really pass forward. Let's be honest, Nuruddin, there's levels in it. There's levels. For me, I can't lie to you, we could have been daunted by that midfield. Onana, Ghana, Gay, and Iwobi. For the first 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes or so, they were ridiculous. The first 10 minutes they were out the blocks, but I thought after that first 5-10 minutes, Nuruddin, we dealt with everything. We started to be very brave on the ball. We started to pass it 1-2s here and there, a few transitional plays. We see the possession football. I thought for one part of the game we had like 7% possession, Nuruddin, at one part of the game. So I seen also that Casemiro needs to understand that this is not La Liga and you need to pass straight away. But I also seen that when he's actually a good passer the ball, Nuruddin, and a lot of people don't see. And people was like, oh no, he can't really pass. He can pass, mate. You see that goal for Ronaldo, but yeah, man, I think for me it's that element of taking risk. Yeah, element of taking
100%.
risk. I want that, Nuruddin. You want that as well.
Now, 100%. Listen, 100%. Listen. First of all, there's levels in terms of his positioning, levels in terms of his heading ability, levels in terms of like being composed. Even under extreme pressure. I don't mind you giving the ball away if you're creating quality. Even though give the ball away in dangerous situation in the middle. It is, but at the end of the day, what do I always tell you? It's 4 league games. You need at least 4 league games for you to be match fit. 4 league games. That's what you need. You need 4 90 minutes, right? For you to get the games in the lungs.
Yeah. This will help though.
Yeah.
I know we don't want suspensions for players. We don't wish it on suspensions for players, but I'll tell you what, man. I think McTominay must have done something. I don't know if the managers told McTominay to go pick up a stupid booking, but it looked like he just done a stupid booking for no reason. It's almost as if
To be fair, it was harsh from the referee. It was very harsh. Very harsh. Like I said, I was almost halfway line-ish in those nice golden seats. And it was... I actually wasn't that too impressed with United, you know, if you want me honest truth, because the
Why?
Now, let me break it down. You know, when you watch a game on TV, innit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then when you watch the game live, of course, I'm surrounded by like Evertonians, but I thought we were really bad in possession at times. We were wasteful, and everybody was. It wasn't just Casemiro. It was Bruno, Ericsson. It was the fullbacks. It was Diego. The lot frustrating. Really frustrates me, that kid. People think I've got something against him, but I've got nothing against him. But he's just super frustrating at times. And I look at him and I think, you know what? We could have done a lot better. We could have got that third goal and killed that game, and everybody could have relaxed.
Casemiro should have got the third goal.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't that 2-1?
Sorry, 2-1. 2-1. You should have got that 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. The header was a brilliant header. Brilliant. The way he ghosted in into that space was brilliant. And he's really good in the air. So it was a huge miss for him. I thought Everton came out the blocks, like you said. They scored. I think they scored too early. And every Evertonian next to me was telling me they scored too early.
There's always that feeling when they score too early.
They just went back into their shell. They went back into their shell. They were like, okay, we're going to try to counter-attack you with Antony and Gray. And Man United were like, no, actually, we're going to keep the ball. I thought at times we were keeping the ball for keeping the ball's sake. I thought we were penetrative. But obviously, as soon as Martial gets off the pitch, we don't have somebody who's going to drop in the hole. We'd rather have somebody who's going to drop in the hole and going to turn people. And you know what I mean? People underestimate his passing ability. It's second to none. Like, his assist rate is amazing.
Mate, he was doing it all pre-season. Let me just get rid of the super chat here. YFC said, Nuruddin, I'm upset with you, my brother. You're way too harsh on the team performance. When was the last time we won and played well first Everton? I think these kind of fixtures, Nuruddin, they're always this kind of panicky fixtures where there's certain grounds where you don't play your best football, you don't. But I thought for me, we could have been exposing that midfield, but I thought that midfield played very, very well. I thought Bruno gave the ball away. I think apparently he's given only the ball away once in the game. You know what I mean? For Bruno's levels, I was impressed with the way he managed the ball. I know his positioning. He was too excited. I don't know why he was too excited in this game. He was very, very excited to get everywhere.
He made some fantastic runs. He made some fantastic runs between the left back and the centre back. So he was picking 1 minute Connor Cody and Coleman, and then the other side he was picking on that Levienko and what's his name? That kid, is it
Coleman, Seamus Coleman and Milenenko.
Yeah, Levenenko, whatever his name is. Yeah. I'm butchering his name.
Yeah, I'm butchering as well.
Yeah, but his side, and he was getting in between him and Tchaikovsky, right?
Yeah,
and he made some brilliant runs into the box. But at times where he needed to be composed, he wasn't composed at all. At 1 minute, he back-heeled it, and there's nobody near him. I'm like, take a look. You're in the box. If the defender comes, if he fouls you, it's a penalty. So, yes, he might have not been wasteful in the ball, but his position, like one-man headless press. I thought we pressed better. I thought both Antony and Rashford, I thought Rashford off the ball was brilliant yesterday.
Rashford off the ball was excellent.
Really hard. He made so many amazing runs. But just go back to the brother who's saying that I'm a bit harsh. Listen, these are the bottle jobs. Mylianko. Is that May?
Yeah, Mikalenko.
Mikalenko. Big up everybody. And a shout, Mohammed Mikalenko. So for me, I just looked at it and thought, we're here. We're playing better than Everton in that first 35 minutes. I want Man United the football that we played should at least be 3 or 4 up. And that's where, for me, I'm like, nah.
But there was a play where I think we must have passed it around so many times, and then Ronaldo scuffed that shot. And I thought Ronaldo, did he have to go for that shot on his weaker foot? Did he have to go for that one?
He was a bit greedy. There was times where Bruno and Antony were in a better positions and he was trying to shoot.
This is the problem. And this is no big thing on Ronaldo.
Now, by the way, can we talk just off the show? Can we just congratulate the mentality monster machine that is Cristiano Ronaldo? 700 club goals. That is unheard of. Honestly, I don't think this FIFA generation understand what that means. Like the magnitude of that, right? At the moment, because we're not functioning, and he's 37 years old, he's not in the height of his powers. So we're seeing a diminishing of a great player's career. But for a winger, a step over merchant to score 700 goals.
Yeah.
Yo, big up
It's
Richie.
crazy. You got to. Yeah.
Big up Richie. Me and Richie, yeah, when people were killing him, I remember, yeah, people were killing United fans for like, what is this one trick pony? What is he doing? I'm not gonna lie to you. Big up Richie. Richie, you know, right? Me and him had a conversation, and I said to him, "This kid's gonna be the best player in the world." And he was like, Richie was like, "I agree." He was like, "This kid," and this is from the day dot we were like, where he had the little blonde streaks in his hair,
streaks in his hair, I know.
And everybody was taking.
You could tell.
Yeah, and a little book tooth and those like a teenage spots. Yeah, we were like, this kid is gonna be something else. But I knew he was gonna be world class. I didn't think that he was gonna score 700. 700, and altogether, what is it? 800 and something goals now.
Yeah.
In his career tally. So at the end of the day, he's not the powers that be in terms of holding up the ball, in terms of playing the way he should be playing. All of those different things. He's not that guy. But what he is still a finisher. And the left foot finish against a keeper that's been the best keeper in the league so far, right? Best keeper in the league so far. In the league. I know it's 7-8 games.
Oh, it's a typical Ronaldo finisher, though. Just near post finish.
Kept it low, top. You know what? Hit it with his laces, low, hard, right underneath before the keeper could set. And it was a brilliant goal. I don't know what the celebration was about. But there's bare Muslims having jokes with that because they're turning him and Antony into mullahs. You know what I mean? Like they're praying.
But you know what, though?
Like Antony and Ronaldo joined the Friday prayers, It's
you know what?
Mad. But
we
have to give that. But in terms of contribution into the game, I thought he worked hard. I thought he worked a lot harder than he's worked in recent times. In terms of like coming out and helping out and defending and running and you know
he looks a bit more fitter because we're managing him well. We're managing him well.
But in terms of like playing as a team player, there was a bit.
But that's just Ronaldo, though. Ronaldo isn't. Listen, he's a professional. He's the utmost professional, but he wants to go so badly. And there was an opportunity where I don't know if was he offside for one of the shots where I think Bruno scored. I think it was a disallowed goal. Was it Ronaldo that was offside? Let me know in the comments, people. You were there. Did you not see the one where the shot Ronaldo was offside? When I don't think Ronaldo needed to be offside. You're on mute.
He didn't come back on side. Yeah, there was.
That's what I'm saying.
The move got the ball got cut out slightly. He ran offside, and then he didn't come back on side. It was too late. By the time he come back on side, they would try to set him up.
There you go.
It's like it was his laziness, and he was throwing his arms and shit like that. I'm like, no, come back on side. The move's still there. And
then the other move that we played about 20 passes.
The header as well. The header.
Yeah.
Bruno's all day. I could see it. Like I'm like Bruno.
This is it.
Like I'm like that. Bruno, like, and then Ronaldo gets in his way, and I'm like,
I know. And this is what you're gonna get with Ronaldo. There's a difference between Ronaldo and Martial. Ronaldo is the probably polished finisher in terms of that chance there. Ronaldo or Martial, who finishes that? You would probably lean towards Ronaldo. But in terms of making United play overall better, that chance that Martial did there, that's typical Martial.
Martial's left foot ain't that good, bro.
No, it's not good. I know it's not good. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Yeah. Doesn't really have a left foot.
On that chance, he would have tried to come inside. He would have faced the guy up and come inside. Maybe he might have scored with his right foot, but not a left foot from there. No.
Yeah. But for me, and I want to touch on this third goal as well. I was absolute joke, by the way. The goal that Martial drops into space and it leaves Antony away, for me was ridiculous, man. He dropped. That's what Ronaldo can do, and that's what Martial can do, and that's why he will help our wingers massively. The likes of Sancho, Rashford, and Antony coming in the pitch now. That's why it will help them massively. I have no doubts about that. I genuinely do have no doubts about that. And that's why I'm so disappointed now, Martial.
Yeah, his link-up play is second to none. And there was a couple of times, to be fair, I was glad Rashford was shouting at Ronaldo because he could have passed as well to Rashford. And at times, I was like, yes, Rashford, you got to tell him. You got to tell him. Don't be like cowering. There's none of this cowering that we were seeing last season. Now
Yeah.
you tell him, and he's like that to Ronaldo, pass the ball. Why don't you passing the ball? But off
Yeah.
the ball, Rashford made some brilliant.
I know.
Brilliant.
And obviously, this goal here, when I see it, I can see why they cancelled the goal. It does have an effect on the result. If it had, then I would stand different. Well, Ten Hag, you can't do that, mate. You've got to stand for every goal, mate. We want to get this goal difference up, Ten Hag. I'm sorry, but for me, yeah, what I don't understand about this not the handball rule, is how referees interpret the handball. Antonio gets away with. Did you see Antonio goal, by the way?
No.
This guy, bro, he's got big hands, you know. He's got big biceps and big forearms. He literally went, yeah, I'll caress that away.
No, my guy was gonna match ball. I thought he scored a hat trick, innit? About to take the ball home. I was expecting him to literally grab it and run out of the stadium with it. Seriously,
I mean,
at one moment I thought this guy thought he was American football, yo. You know what I mean? He ain't American football. But then you know what they're saying? Because he scored on the second phase of play. Second phase of play. What does that mean?
What?
Second phase of
play. Does it mean when Ronaldo headed it on?
Listen, to me, the Rashford one, I don't give a damn what anybody says. He's hurdling a challenge. Do you want him to stamp on the guy's head? He's hurdling.
Where's his arm?
Yeah, his arms not out here. His arms are like, because he's running. His arms are like that in running motion. So,
but the thing is, Nuruddin. But my thing is, yeah, it's the interpretation of what the handball rule is. Remember that Middlesbrough last year where Watmore literally takes it with him. Rashford did not take the ball with him. It literally was just bounced on him.
Well, apparently, no, it's the faintest of trust. It hits his chest and goes along a little touch on his arm, on his chest and on his arm, right? What they're saying is that if he would have skirted to Bruno, he would have counted because it's the second phase of play.
Oh my God. And then you got to look at Gabriel's one yesterday. Listen, I think for me, when you look at the proximity.
That was an absolute left-handed save. That was save, tipped it around the post.
You know who was behind him as well? Nunes was behind him. How do we know before that he probably seen Nunes behind him? I thought, listen. And these players are clever, by the way.
The only thing that I would say about that one, Saeed, is that the ball's too close to him. The ball's
too close. Okay, then. But the problem is, Don, there's no consistency in this game. There's no consistency. For me, there isn't consistency.
But the rule is so vague. It's down to any
interpretation.
It's down to referees' interpretation because it's so vague. In the Gabriel one, they'll say if the ball's close, really close, you can't have that penalty. You know what I mean? If the ball is really close.
Yeah.
But didn't there? What's his name? Was it Maguire? United conceded a penalty. Was it this season or last season?
Which one?
Where it hit somebody's hand. And it was close as well. United did concede a penalty. I think it might have been last season's or this season. But at the end of the day, it was somebody's handball. Somebody cutting the ball back and hit somebody's hand.
Yeah.
Maybe was it the Spurs last season? Or was that did he take somebody down?
Is it not Shaw? I'm trying to think, was it Shaw?
I think it might have been Shaw. Yeah, and I'm like, well, that's too close. How is he supposed to get out of the way? But it's mad. It's a mad rule. But all in all, listen, I'm glad Man United won the win, but I think the fans are getting a bit too giddy talking about Ten Hag ball. Talking about Ten Hag ball, where we've had nearly 69% possession, but you tell me how many great saves did Pickford make?
No, but I think for me though, no, you're looking at chances though. You're not looking at how we play the midfield.
For me, when you have 69% possession, that possession, you have to do something with that possession. That possession has to translate into how many openings that you made, how many times their keeper makes saves, how many shots you've had. And we've had 12 or 13 shots, only 4 on target. They had about 10 shots. They had 2 on target. Like, it's mad. So
but the thing is, though, did you think that one shot? This is what I think. This is why I think to be flawed. Them stats that Everton had. Apart from that one David De Gea shot, did you think that they made any clear-cut chances? For me, the chances will come. It's for me how we play football, how we dominate midfield. I thought the transitional play that we were playing and the type of football, the way we moved it around the pitch, we made Everton sweat. They couldn't get the ball at one stage. This is where I want to see slow progress already. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be there overnight.
By the way, listen. The possession's been optimized now. We had 60% possession, not 70. People need to stop getting giddy. We've had because you know what? It takes time for the data to be optimized.
But where are you hearing that from? Where's
listen, it's the most accurate, bro. Nobody's more accurate than the BBC, bro. Trust me.
BBC.
Yeah, 60%, 40 to 40%. We had 12 shots. Listen, we had 12 shots, 4 on target. They had 11, 2 on target. What I liked about it is that we made more fouls. We made more fouls than them. They made 7 and we made 13.
But first half we had 70% possession, though. First half we did. First half we dominated the ball. Everton in the second half.
And that's where, to me, is when you're on top. In that 30 minutes, after the first 10 minutes, right? When we went 1-0, we should have smashed the keeper more. But we didn't. And that's the thing for me. We were, at times, it's almost keep ball for keep ball's sake, man. And to me, I want to translate that dominant, that possession.
Man. That is so harsh, you know. But we want to do that. You've been complaining about United not keeping possession, but now you're saying we're just keeping it.
Because you know what, Saeed, listen, yesterday, if there was a better team on a transition, they would have murdered us.
Nah,
have you seen the way we were losing the ball?
Everton, though. Let's focus on Everton. We didn't play any other team, though.
Yo, listen to me. Did you see the places we were giving the ball away, though? We were giving the ball away in dangerous situations.
No, but I thought that was more the start of the game. I thought once we control the game.
The last 20 minutes, Manchester United could not get out, Saeed. I was at the stadium. I don't know how it looks on television, but the last 20 minutes, Man United couldn't get out. Man United just was like, okay, we're going to just sit back and hit us. And we were letting them cross first half. We were not letting them go out wide and cross the ball and stuff like that. Second half, we were like, okay.
But do you not think that's down to the fact that we also have Ronaldo up front and the game plan changed anyway? Because Ronaldo then isn't going to be the one pressing from the front like Martial did and whatnot. Like when Martial...
Listen, of course, there's going to be moments in the game where they're going to get it upper hand, where they're going to press, right? But when I look at that, I'm like, that game's done 3-1 for that amount of possession we had. And the good football, because there were some good moves together.
Apart from that Everton shot, though, what chance do you remember Everton having? Apart from that save from David De Gea.
Well, the De Gea save, there was a couple of headers that Calvin Lewis missed, to be fair. He should have...
But no, that's not, again, what counts, though. We were defensively solid. We kept them off bay. We limited...
Are you kidding me? You were sweating your brow on the watch-along. When the 4 corners in a row were going in,
I understand that. But I get that. We were pegged back a little bit.
You can't dominate the game. No, you can't dominate the game and leave that last 10 minutes. That's that crazy 10 minutes into a game. You can't, and that's what I'm talking about. So when the fans said to me, I'm always
also McTominay came on the pitch. He's got to give away 3 kicks.
You know what? Listen, in the first half against Liverpool, I saw Ten Hag ball. A large part of the game against Arsenal, I saw Ten Hag ball. I'm sorry, I didn't see Ten Hag ball yesterday. I didn't. I'm sorry. Because at times, we gave the ball away in dangerous situations. Okay. And we were just lucky that we were helping, people were helping each other out. But to me, I was quite surprised, actually, how bad they were, Everton. They lost a lot of games a lot of passes in midfield. Majority, check my tweet out, people. That guy, Red Devil, I put the tweet and said, it was a game of errors. It was a game of Man United just made a fewer errors.
But you know what, though? But there's a difference. United made a few errors, but also United, when they did make errors, we bounced back very, very good. And in particular, Casemiro. When he made a mistake, his relentlessness to kind of win the ball back and make a move and make that pass there. That's why I urge United fans just to give him time. I see the few people moaning online saying, I don't know if it's right for the Premier League or whatnot. He needs to have a run of games. No, he needs to have a run of games.
Like I said, I'm gonna have my say on Casemiro in 4 games. 4 games time. So by the end of the Chelsea game, I'll have my say on Casemiro.
Do you not think he grew into the game though?
Should have at least completed. No, he did. Listen, there's levels above. Like levels above in terms of like positioning, because whether we like it or not, Fred and McTominay are not. They're not holding midfielders. They're not defensive midfielders. They're not. They're both number 8s. One's a high pressing number 8. The other one's box to box number 8.
Yeah. Yeah, big up to Reels that. And the first half was brilliant. Second half, we dropped off a little bit and decided to
Yeah,
defend what we had.
30 minutes
Yeah, you know what?
good football.
I understand that Premier needs to improve in terms of Ten Hag needs to maybe not get too drawn into things and hope that your defense is going to carry you. We still need to have a different, method. You know what I mean? Because but the problem is though, you have to then rely on Bruno and Ronaldo to make certain decisions and make them count. This is what you have to rely on though. When we get to that final third play, okay, the manager has the tactics, but you also have to
in the game. We didn't get Antony in the game in the second half.
That's what I'm saying to you. And this is where we have to still have the confidence to play out from the back. Because I thought Dalot lost the ball a couple of times yesterday. I don't know what you think, but there was a couple of players that lost the ball. I thought, guys, manage the game well. You don't need to lose the position yesterday. But it is risky management. It is. I get people in the comments saying it's risky management. But also, we will get there. But I thought for me, what I liked about yesterday was when there were certain times to play the ball and that midfield battle, Nuruddin, I don't feel we lost that midfield battle. And that's what's key. Yes, they had lots of crosses.
They were horrendous. They were absolutely shocking. Those three, I don't think I'll ever see Idrissa Gueye have a bad game than that.
Yeah, I know he got hooked off.
He was woeful.
He got hooked off, man. Yeah. Big up to everybody watching, man. Make sure you guys are liking the video. I haven't reminded you guys. Make sure you guys like the video, people. It helps the algorithm massively. So if you guys can like the video, big up to everybody who's here. But I just think for me, it was one of them situations where when I felt Martial came off, Nuruddin, I don't know what you felt in that ground, yeah. But before the game, was you there before the game? Did you see Martial?
I was chatting. I didn't see the warm. I didn't see. When people are stretching.
You had one job, Nuruddin.
Listen, not my one job. I'm not watching the bloody warm-ups. Who watches a warm-up? Who goes to a game and sits there and watches warm-ups?
I do. I used to, but I stopped now because I realised it's just pointless to just do 50 minutes of shooting practices. But go on.
No, you know what? You could see him stretching a little bit, but that's it. You could see him stretching a little bit, but I didn't see anything. I didn't really see anything. I didn't see.
But obviously, you did see the fact that he came off.
Yeah, he was limping. He got worse after that. I thought it was a beautiful skill. Some people are saying, why did he take touches? But he couldn't shoot with his left, so he tried to bring it back onto his right, where Bruno cut it back. Bruno made that brilliant run, actually. Cut it back, and there he was. Him and Antony were getting in each other's way. And then he put it on himself, and then Pickford came out, almost like two-footed tackle, kind of. It was mad. Yeah. After that, he was limping. He started to limp after that.
You know what, man? It's one of them. A lot of people are saying it's never going to happen.
Ericsson wasn't that great either yesterday.
Yeah, Ericsson, he needs a rest. I think he needs. At times you can't let him rest.
He took a shot where Martial is just literally just clicked that ball in behind. Martial is free, and he took a shot, and Martial told him.
But the problem is, though, can he have a rest when we need him, man? That's the problem. We lack creativity in that midfield, and that's the scariest thing about it. Casemiro gave us a glimpse of a player who can actually play the ball forward from deep, where we've never really had that since probably Michael Carrick, probably. McTominay doesn't do it. Fred can do it, but obviously we'd prefer him better if he was further forward. But my question is, Nuruddin, with this Martial situation here, by the way, that's another injury to another area of his body. He's crippled, in it. When you actually deep it, his body must be ill. When you just I don't know, man. It's like if you were to touch one of his part of his body there, you'd be injured. It's one of them. You've got to protect him so much, and it's like that injury there. I thought it was like a side effect from his other injury, or it wasn't. He probably done his Achilles or whatnot, but it was lower back, and that's very, very dangerous in terms of. Is it called what is it called? Hip flexor? Is it the bottom of your back?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of people are speculating, isn't it? It's lower back in the hip. Hip flexors more to the side.
Okay, but he was feeling the side as well. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's one of them, Nuruddin, man.
To me, what I like about it, he's not getting the same injuries. He's getting different kind of injuries. Because if he was getting the same, then he might.
I don't know if that's good, man. I think that's
good because you know what? It is good because the problems are being cured. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The ones that he's got, the problems are being cured. So if he's getting if he's getting a different injury, that means he's over the other injuries.
The problem is, though, what about if I said to you, but he's getting through another injury, but then in the same time he gets another injury? That's the problem, Nuruddin.
Mate, if you know,
That's what I'm saying. I was going to say the same thing. Is this Louis Saha all over again, where how good was Louis Saha? I love Louis Saha. You know,
I used to dread him.
he reminds me of Louis Saha.
What a player he was! One of the most underrated football strikers Man United have ever had.
Like, and we're not even underestimating that, Nuruddin.
Technique, in talk about hold up play, in talk about strength, heading ability, wonder of a left foot, all of it, Saeed. He can hit it from 30 yards, 25 yards. He can be in the back post sliding in, but he would always get injured, and it became a psychological thing for him.
This is what I mean, because by the 2007-8 season, he was done.
You can go and get a famous quote from Wayne Rooney. My favorite striking partner at Man United, Louis Saha.
Yeah, of course. Easy. And I think even Paul Scholes mentioned it on his overlap. He said that, you know, Saha was one of the most gifted footballers he's seen at United. You know, with touch, control. You know, people talk about Berbatov, but Zaha's touch. Have you seen Zaha's touch?
Velvet.
Yeah. Yusuf Ibrahim says, Nuruddin spot on. Rashford, CR7, Bruno were wasteful, and their decision-making was woeful in the second half. I would like to see him give Martial and Cristiano Ronaldo a go together against certain teams. Could that happen, Nuruddin? Can we play two up front? I don't think this midfield can do that. Where would you play Bruno then? Where would you play? I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the way football is nowadays. Traditional 4-4-2. Can United do that? I mean, we did against Onana because we had to do it, because LA we had to press them late on in the game, but I don't think we could do a 4-4-2, could we?
No.
Yeah.
Unless you've got two wingers who are absolute monsters, who've got lungs, who have got incredible lungs, who are going to go up and down. To me, the only teams that I can see playing 4-4-2 now, you have to have two tactically astute and up and down energy monsters. But I was so happy that Jadon Sancho got slapped back down on the bench. I was so happy about that.
Why? Don't say happy. Say that.
I was so happy. You see the way he gives a hospital pass to Malacia, then walks. Do you see the referee? Referee put the burners on. Linesman putting the burners on that goal we conceded against the Cypriot farmers.
Yeah,
and he's just jogging.
Yeah, he's for me. You know what it is though. He
did exactly the thing against City. For me, these are cowards. I'll let it be known. These are cowards. The cowardice tag. Forget a bottle job. The cowardice FC are still not. And what I am noticing, the intensity is not there. Why was I buzzing against Liverpool and Arsenal? Why? Because from first minute, last minute, intensity. Everybody at it. Yeah. But I give a shout out to Luke Shaw.
But this is what I mean, man. I give credit, Nuruddin, but I feel like this credit is so...
No, listen. I give credit for the intensity, because the way to be fair, he pocketed Antony. You know that Antony kid. He pocketed him. He didn't give him a chance. He was bullying him physically.
Let me ask you a question, Nuruddin.
Let me finish. In terms of intensity, in terms of offering anything up the pitch, he didn't offer that much.
No, my thing is though, Nuruddin, with Luke Shaw, you can never measure his form. See why I can't measure his form is because you just know he's playing for his spot because he knows someone else has took his spot, so he's fighting for his spot back. He's not playing for himself. Luke Shaw, I'm sorry. When was the last time we seen Luke Shaw playing for himself? Probably a period where he had it under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He played for about a good, was it third of the season? He was playing like unbelievable. He doesn't play for himself. He plays because he knows his spots under pressure. I'm going to give you so many players that have took his spot. Ashley Young, Brandon Williams, Tellez, Darmian. Who else is out there? As I mentioned, Brandon Williams. Yeah. Four. And obviously now Malacia. 4 or 5 left backs that have took his spot. I want to see this every single time from Luke Shaw. This is what I want to see. This should be the norm after 8 years at the football club. They should expect these performances. Don't get me wrong. I will give him credit. Of course I will, because I thought he was excellent yesterday. In terms of his possession, was very, very good. He kept the ball well. But for me, I just feel like he's just playing for his spot rather than playing because he actually cares and he's passionate about what he wants to do, and he actually means that this is his spot. Like nobody will take this spot. Yeah, Daley Blind, everyone, man, everyone. My thing is, though,
I would say, listen, to me, he didn't play. Obviously, he only played a half, and I didn't watch the second half against Man City. 4-0 down 44 minutes. I said, F of coward FC. That's when I coined the coward term. That's when it came into see certain things. You watch a game, and a certain thing comes into you. To me, I don't know how we played in that second half because I was in a space. I had the game on in the background, but I wasn't watching it. It's the last night. I thought in terms of intensity, which is for me his biggest, because he walks around like he's not bothered. Like he's got that Sancho, what Sancho's got now, that I can't be asked. Can't be asked. So yesterday, in a hostile environment, in a hostile game, where he's playing against a kid who's had a phenomenal season, by the way, last season.
Yeah.
And who's one of the danger men. Everton played through him. I thought he managed him. Me personally, I thought he managed him. I thought he was first to the ball. He was intense in the tackle.
Yeah.
And you know what? I didn't see him like, grouching, being injured and stuff like that. I didn't see that. And I thought at times he was doing tactical fouling. But in terms of what he's offering...
Casemiro was yesterday, by the way. Tactical fouling. Do you like that by Casemiro? Of course. Listen, I love that, man. Yeah. You want to see that more and more.
There's a level of skill to tactical fouling. You don't have to give it. You just little nudge here, little nudge here, and then just come on, like he smiles at them. That's what Fernandinho used to do.
Fernandinho, mate. I'm telling you, learn Brazilian.
I swear to Fernandinho, for me, is the best tactical fouler in world football.
Yeah, easily. The best I've ever seen. The best I've ever seen.
It's incredible. So I give Ruud credit in terms of that. Diego Dalot, I thought at times, because he's not just a right back now, he's an inverted centre midfield player. At times, he's an inverted right winger. You know what I mean? All these different things. But at times, I thought he gave the ball away in dangerous situations.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Casemiro was bailing him out.
Yeah.
And Martinez.
Talk about midfielders. Sorry, talk about Brazilians. Antony, man, 3-3 Nordin. He's starting on fire. He's scoring goals. For me, I'll be honest with you, he's probably okay. Rashford's shining at the minute, but in terms of like being dangerous in the final third, you know what I mean, taking on players, he's probably our most explosive like right winger. You know what I mean? Winger in terms of that the front three. Obviously, we've got Martial in there, but what a start, man! 3-3. I love him, man. I think he's tenacious. I think he's got that edge to him. And bro, he's got a bit of bite to him, Noureddin, man. Do you not love that where a player like he wants it? He loves the game already. Like he loves the game.
Well, if we could control the midfield, even when we're under pressure, he should be our get out ball. Because for me, one thing, and I agree with Erik ten Hag after listening to his press conference from last night today. I agree with him in that he should make more runs off the ball.
Yeah.
He wants it to feet all the time. No, when you can finish like that, I need you to play on the shoulder because he's quite quick. He's quite quick in it. Center of gravity.
Yeah, quick.
The reason why that left foot is quite cultured. It's because it's on the angle. He's on the angle, opens his body, bends it. And to be fair, Pickford tried to keep it out yesterday, but it was just the power the way he bent it. And it was a great finish. It must be said, but I expect him to do more, especially when we're under the cushion in the second half. But it's only
no, I think for me, I think you know what it is for me, what I like about him, and Killer says it here, his finishing is quality, man. When you actually deep his finishing, like he's got a bit of like killer instinct. One chance, one goal. I think Sancho has that, but the problem is Sancho is about getting in the box. This guy is getting in the box. He's got that bit of hunger to get in the box and get the edge of things. I think Sancho would have probably said, you know what, I'm going to wait for Martial to pass me back in that area and not gone with the ball, if you know what I mean. And this is no criticism of Sancho. I'm just saying, I think Antony's got that bit of bite about him, aggressive. He's more aggressive. And I want that as a winger. You want to see a bit of aggressive nature to get in the box and say, you know what, I'm taking a risk now and I'm going to run into that box. I'm going to understand what Martial's giving me and I'm going to go and arrive in the box late. And that's what we got from Antony. And I think for me, that's a very, very key asset to have. And I love that about him. So may it continue, man. And that's why we need goals from midfield, you know. We need goals from the wingers. If Antony can get 10 goals and, I don't know, 10 assists this season, Noureddin, for me, I'm happy with that for a first season. If he can get 10 plus goals and get 10 assists, this is what we want because we need the goals to be shared around, especially if Martial's going to get injured. Obviously, we don't know what we're going to do in January. We need a striker, obviously. But if Rashford can get goals and the goals are spread around, you know, we need it. We need that, man. And obviously off the bench, it's not looking really good. Ilanga, Pelestri, it's not really a strong bench when you deep it, you know, our bench, you know, it's very, very youngsters, a lot of youngsters. Yusuf says Antony's got X factor, love him. If Antony gets a proper wing back to overlap him for him, he will be scary like a Mahrez type. But he does remind you a little bit of Mahrez where he cuts inside. You know what I mean? So this is what we want, and you need the goals to be shared, man, because a lot of teams are scoring goals. Look at Arsenal's front three; they're scoring goals, man. All of them are scoring goals.
100%. I think we need to have a better midfield to keep feeding him the ball. But he's 22 years old. He's come to a new country, new league. So far, 3 goals, 3 games. We can't ask for more. But I expect him in times in the game where we're quiet, because he's got the timing. He times his runs. He's not a guy who strays offside. His timing's quite good. So we just need players to be able to find him. And I thought second half he disappeared out of the game. But like I said, he's 22 years old. The ceiling is high. The ceiling is high.
Yeah, the ceiling is very high. It just depends on that midfield balance in it. You know what I mean? What we go with in the future. Casemiro now, because McTominay is injured, he will get a couple of games now.
He's not injured. He's banned.
Yeah, he's banned. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it is very, very good. It's going to be interesting to see, man, because at the minute Tottenham are doing their thing. Chelsea have found form, which is Graham Potter. He's going to be. I think they're going to play better football. This is the thing about Chelsea. This is why now I'm starting to miss Tuchel, because the way they were playing football last season was very, very negative. Sorry, this season as well. And this with Graham Potter, they've got a proactive approach. They've got a more positive approach, and the way they play football will find goals. Liverpool are all at sea. You know what I mean? They could miss out on this top 4. What are you thinking in terms of this top 4 race now? We're 1 point.
Well, we're going to discuss it. Listen, we're going to discuss it, but I can touch on it here now. We're going to discuss it, people. So join us 6:35 at United Real Therapy, where we're going to be looking at to me, I think Newcastle game, Spurs and Chelsea game are going to determine where Man United finish the season. I'm telling you. I personally believe that. I know some people are like, oh, you can't say that. Those 3 games can't. But I think they can. Those 3 games, we'll see if we're Coward FC, or are we on the way back from Coward FC? You know what I mean? Are we Coward? To me, where the Cowardice FC sticks, or I have to take it away. I have to take it away from the team, right?
Yeah.
That is what we're going to find out. But the top four is crazy at that, because Arsenal are on fire, mate. I know a lot of Arsenal fans tune into this channel. You got to give it up to them. You got
to give it.
And you know that the Scousers are crying, but I'm like, inject those tears. Inject those absolute tears.
It's a weird position, isn't it?
Was it a penalty? I'm like, no, that was a penalty. Why is he kicking him? Did he get the ball? No, he didn't. He took the man's foot. That's a penalty, mate. Simple. That's not penalty. Soon as inject it into my veins. Soon as tears all day, every day. And by the way, can we please give a massive shout out to the kid at Brighton?
Oh yeah, man! I can't believe it. This morning I was a bit sad, man, when I read that story, man. Honestly, big up.
You know what?
Muebo, is it?
Yeah, Muebo. I think that's his name. But what an absolute heartbreak.
Muebo.
Years old. Yeah, Muebo. Yeah, 24 years old, and you have to give up your career for something that's not is hereditary, comes from his family. Crazy, man. Crazy. So they say basically, if he plays, he's gonna have a heart attack, and he's gonna die.
It's sad, man. It's sad. You know, to cut short your career. You know what, man? Very, very brave.
Really hope that Brighton. I genuinely hope Brighton do good by him. I really hope Brighton give him a job, right? And Brighton for this next to the season, because he's gonna be lost mentally. For the remainder of the season, I hope he stays with the team. Do you know what I mean? Like stays part of the team. And in that time, I really hope that he can do his coaching badges, or maybe he can do a physio degree and become do you understand? Like those type of things. I hope he can do that. I really hope that just because he's not a footballer anymore, and I don't know if he's got German passport because he played in Germany for a while.
Yeah.
I know that he was, but no, Austrian, Salzburg, from Salzburg, isn't it? Yeah. I really hope that he can get a job in football. And he said that. But it's heartbreaking, man. But you know what? He'd rather be alive, though, Saeed. That's what we have to look at it. He'd rather be alive and be around his family than
They'll risk it for football. There's only so much you can risk it for football, and I think that's the key message. But going back to Arsenal, listen, you know what's the weird thing is yesterday, yeah? It's that Arsenal are just relentless. Yeah, big 6 tonight, yeah. But they're relentless. They're relentless.
It's Turkish bowling in, yeah.
Listen, man, you know what? It's crazy. It's again, yeah. It's another scenario of Nuruddin of how United have fallen. It's because another year of now it's Arsenal winning the league versus Man City winning 3 in a row. Like, it's always so much bad scenarios because Man United have put themselves in a situation, and obviously Glazes out as always, that we're always having to watch these ugly scenarios.
I'd rather have Arsenal win than City.
What, City to win 3 in a row?
I'd rather have Arsenal win than City. I'm straight up with you.
So City to win 3 titles in a row.
Listen, for the league, you heard it here first. I'm cheering on Arsenal because I can still sing 20 times Man United. 20 times. Listen, I can't retire that song.
No,
I'm not having that song being retired. I'm not having that song. I'm telling you, I'm not having that song being retired. Nah. That's one of my favorite songs. That is one of my favorite songs.
No, you're saying it. You're saying it for what, man?
Listen to me. When that song comes on at OT, I stand up straight away, mate. If I'm not a Stretford, then I stand up straight away.
You know what they say, yeah?
30 times,
by a friend. This is Nuruddin singing the song.
30 times, I say. 20 times, 30 times, Man United. Playing for all of us, be way. Go on! That's me, I'm in here.
You're shameless. This is Nuruddin singing that 20 times.
Shameless.
Look at Nuruddin. This is you singing it 20 times. Like, we're that close for Liverpool to probably win the league.
Listen, this is what the Glazers have done to me. This is what the Glazeronomics have done to me. They made me wave the white flag when it comes to Arsenal. Go on, Arteta, lad.
You know what? Let me ask in the chat here. Like, again, yeah, it's one of them situations, isn't it? But who would you rather? Again, we don't want to answer this question, but it might happen this season. If you were to choose Arsenal or Man City, who would you want to win the league? Let us know. Big up City fans in the chat. But City, Nuruddin, they're gonna win the 3 in a row. We can't sing that song. Look at that. Huh?
We can sing that song because City, I'll see anywhere near 20th league title. No, they're not. They're way off, mate.
No, but we sing that song, though. You never win 3 in a row. Obviously, we sing that song for Chelsea. I get that. But it's like, it kind of holds no weight because City fans will be singing that song as well. You know what? Let me see if I can do a poll.
I just want to hold on to 20 times Man United till the Glaze says fuck off. That is what I'm holding on.
You carry on. I'm going to wrap.
20 times. Do you agree with me or do you disagree, people, in the comments? Should we say, fuck City, fuck Liverpool, go on the Gunners, up the Gunners. That's what I want to have this season. Up the effing Gunners, mate. That's what I want. Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? For me, there's absolutely no brainer. I'd rather have Chelsea win the league. I'd rather have Spurs win the league. I'd rather have Arsenal win the league. Those 3 teams can win the league all day, every day. I'm not having City win the league, mate. I'm not. At times, I'm like, yeah, keep it in Manchester because it makes a lot of people, family in it. A lot of our family and that happy, you know what I mean? A lot of our relatives, our families, a lot of our friends in the city happy. It makes a lot of them happy.
It's in the chat, people. It's in the chat.
Listen, a lot of them, it makes them happy.
Oh, get in the poll. Listen, but yeah, go on, sorry.
It makes them happy, innit? It makes the city, a lot of people that we love and care about in this city, makes them happier, don't we? But some of them are just winding me up, man. Especially about the derby win. Like they've been on my case about that derby win. So that's why I don't want them to win. There's reasons why.
The thing is with Arsenal, there's too many of them.
Would you rather have City win the league than Arsenal?
No, I don't want none of them to win the league.
But if you had to be City or Arsenal, who wins? Who do you want win? Can you imagine? Look, you can go home in peace and get your mum's nice Friday lunch or Friday dinner.
With Arsenal, they're everywhere, though, man. They're everywhere.
Hey, for the peace of mind of going to your mum's house, yeah, getting that lovely lamb and rice, right, in peace,
Yeah.
You've got to say Arsenal. You've got to say Arsenal. You've got to say Arsenal.
Yo, let me see what the poll says, man. Yo, let me see what the poll says.
Majority of your family
City
are
bias.
City fans. Said. Is everybody else a City fan? No, one.
Apart from Lampard. You know Lampard, innit?
Yeah, other than Lampard.
Yeah.
Everybody else. See what
And
I
by the
mean?
way, Arsenal every day. Oh, yeah, sorry. City Bias TV says, big up the panel, man. That's all I can say. Because City fans, when they hear the title talk, I don't know who's winning the poll, people. Let me check the poll. Nuruddin, I'm going to see the poll now, yeah? I'm going to see who's winning the poll right now.
United fans, don't let me down here. Don't let me down here. I can't have Liverpool ever winning it, ever again. And Man City, I sometimes think, yeah, you know what? It makes a lot of people who are from Manchester
Is the poll? Is the poll on? I don't know, people. I put the poll on.
It makes a lot of people happy. So I would think sometimes, yeah, let City win it. But because they've been winding me up, yeah, sending me memes, so many memes, many things I had to block, right, on WhatsApp. I had to silence so many groups with City fans in on WhatsApp.
Who's winning?
I'm like, no chance. No.
Who's winning? I can't see it on my chat. Who's winning? I didn't pin it. It's on 89 votes. Who's winning so far? It's 50-50. Oh, it's 50-50.
United fans, are you having a laugh?
I told you, man. It's a weird feeling, man. Hello. Chelsea F, hello. All the money you took from the Bishop Cup, you never win 3 in a row. Exactly, that's it. Exactly. But you know what it is, though, Nuruddin? It's the fact that you can't.
To me, if Arsenal come back, say, listen, there's somewhere in the universe, there's a bit of hope for me, innit? There's a bit of hope. Universe, you know what I mean? By the mighty. There's a bit of hope from the mighty. That if Arsenal start doing well again, right? If Arsenal start doing well again, then maybe United come back and do well again. So I'd rather have Arsenal up there. I'd rather have Arsenal up there, mate.
But just imagine, yeah, Arsenal winning this title and like they could just chat to you for like the whole season and then Premier League chat. Listen, we only know a certain like level of City fans in it, and they will like Big Steve after a while, he'll say, all right, champions in it. Like these guys will talk about it all season. We're Premier League champions, Nuruddin. They can have that.
They're unbearable. They're unbearable.
Yeah, they're unbearable. With City fans, it's just another day for them now, winning the title. It's one day and then that's all over.
Listen, after those cowards let me down, Said, after those cowards let me down at the Etihad, City fans have been atting at me, right, all day, every day since then.
Yeah.
So I'm not having them win the league. Sorry, not this season. Up the Gunners! Go you Gunners!
No. Low up the Gunners, mate. Listen, hopefully they crumble, man. And hopefully, you know who I want to win the league? You know who I want to win the league? Come on, you Spurs. That's why I want to win the league. Honestly, man. It's how bad it is, mate.
Can you imagine? Listen, Saeed, I literally think when they win the league, expressions will explode. Literally explode.
Yeah.
After doing his match reaction. He will literally like...
Bro. I'm telling you, mate. If they could win the league, Tottenham, that would be perfect for me because I'll be like, you know what? That's it. I'm happy for people like Fuad.
Nah, mate. I'm not having that. Listen, he wears a wig, mate. I'm not having a wig. I might win the league.
Conte will win that league, yeah. And I'll be honestly, what I'm gonna do, yeah. If Tottenham win the league, you gotta wear a wig.
No. No chance. I ain't
win the league, yeah. You've got to wear a wig.
Right. If Arsenal win the league, you've got to wear a Primsy's away shirt.
You've
got to wear Primsy's away shirt, mate.
All right, then, cool.
Yeah? Primsy, you're watching this. You're watching this.
If you're in the chat.
Listen, go on. Update me, people. Where we are. Come on, United fans. We can't have
making me sick. This is why Glazers out always, man. This is what they've done to us. This is what they've done to us, Nuruddin. Hey, let us know in the chat because I don't know where.
Not before I give you a backhand, mate.
Poll is at 50-50. I told you, man. The poll is at 50-50, Nuruddin. They don't know, man. They're debating.
United fans let me down. United fans have let me down.
Yo, the poll is at 50-50, you know. Oh, man. Yo, Luis Diaz is out till December, man. He's not going to the World Cup then. Oh, man. That's peak, man. I want to see him at the World Cup at least, man. You know what I mean?
That's the heartbreaking for him.
Oh yeah,
Argentina.
Dybala as well. Dybala's got an injury as well, man. Roma's my team, right now in Serie A, Roma, and my Dybala got a thigh injury, man. Bro, I'm sad, man. But this is what happens, isn't it, before the World Cup?
Yo, big up Napoli, man. Napoli are playing sensational.
Bro,
football.
Napoli. Listen, they're exciting to watch, Nuruddin, the Simeone kid up front scoring goals for fun. The guys on the right hand side, the Georgian kid, he's doing unbelievable. Bro, they play some.
He's probably the most on form left winger in the world at the moment.
Yeah,
he's the most on form. He's the most on form. But the guy that was at Fulham's doing bits as well in centre midfield for them. Amazing.
Bro, what's he called again? We were linked with him. I forgot his name. He used to be at Fulham, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, Neto out again. Oh my days! Your guy Neto, man, is out injured again.
Oh my gosh! Maybe we should not have bought that kid then. I love him, I absolutely love him.
Let me just check here the news. Neto, sustained ankle injury. Oh, he's out of the World Cup, man. Ah, my days. He's out of the World Cup, man. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad, Nuruddin. Pedro Neto's out of the World Cup.
Yeah, Sambo Agostina. Yeah, Agostina. That's the guy. Agostina. Big up Cronky King. Yeah. Agostina, yeah. Agostina is a baller, mate. Napoli are playing the best football, man. Milan are playing good as well, to be fair. Nah, mate. Mourinho's team, mate. To be fair, you know what?
Mourinho.
Listen, Mourinho. You know what made me laugh is that little video, yeah?
I know.
He got banned. That to me made me laugh. And it makes me like, I have a love and hate relationship with him, innit? You know what I mean? I have a love and hate relationship with him because he's such a character. And then you know what I mean? The other day, somebody sent me the video, innit?
Yeah, I know.
Like British black culture, innit?
Yeah.
And there he's like that.
That's what it's about,
Jose, what's Jose doing here?
That's what it's about, though, man. You have to embrace it. And I think for me,
it made me laugh. Yeah, that the fact that he was in the coach looking sad. And the next minute, he's got it laid out on TV there. He's eating his food, eating his scran. Nah, man.
And also, by the way, just before we wrap up, Gakpo's on form. Do you like this Gakpo?
Yeah, listen to me. That man made me lose my hair. Remember that? Jose.
Yeah, I know. Nuruddin used to have hair, by the way. By the way, Gakpo. Nuruddin, Gakpo's on form. Do you see the goal he scored? I think I'm starting to like
already
Gakpo,
agreed. Leeds agreed already.
No, they haven't. Who said that?
Already. In principle.
Who said that?
Check the news.
What?
Agreed in principle, my friend.
Gakpo's gone to Leeds.
He's going to Leeds in January.
No, Gakpo performs U-turn on Leeds.
Oh, is that
no longer keen on the move. He says no, it's no longer keen on the move, Gakpo.
Okay.
Yeah, man, listen, we might be able to get him in January, people. I'm not going to lie to you. You can play a striker, you can play on the left.
Saeed, who owns your football club? January is dividends month, mate. Unless we got 4 injuries.
But I think we might get him because Martial's going to be injured. The manager has to understand that. And Ronaldo might leave as well. Ronaldo might have to find a club in January.
No. Somebody said, Adam's saying that he's better than Sancho. No, that's not get giddy, man. That's not giddy. Sancho.
You know what, though? He's not better than Sancho.
Play with intensity.
This is what I'm saying to you. But when I've seen Gakpo this season, he plays with that intensity. And that's what maybe the manager might like. He wants that PMP, Lorden. He wants the PMP. But listen, people, we're going to wrap it up here. Podcast.
Last shout on the poll. Tell us what's going on the poll, people.
Yeah, let us go, people. What's going on the poll? I'm going to check it now to see.
What's on the poll, people? He's smiling.
Oh.
Remember City?
City have won.
United fans, you've let me down.
Yeah. City have won. The poll has ended.
Shameless.
51. There you go. The poll has ended.
Shameless.
51% to Man City. Arsenal, 46%.
They've just embarrassed us. They've just embarrassed us.
Oh, Real
They've
Madrid
just
might be getting him.
embarrassed. Yeah, they've just embarrassed us, and you're supporting them to win the league. Shameless.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But listen, people, make sure you guys get over to Boohoo, man. Make sure you go and get 10% off your orders. Boohoo, man. Get your hoodies, man. It's getting warm out there, so make sure you get wrapped up
Whoa,
in the
it's getting
winter.
cold out there, mate. It's getting cold.
It's getting cold. That's it. Getting cold out there. People, podcast 200 will be next week. The 200th podcast, people. We might be together. We're going to see. We're going to organize it and see if we can get together. But people, make sure you like the video. There's nearly 370 of us in here. Like the damn video. Support the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Come head over to Nori's channel, United Real Therapy. We're going to go live over there. But make sure you have the...
Talk about the 3 big games, Saeed. The 3 biggest games in Man United season. 3 huge, monstrous games. Yeah. Newcastle, who's all on fire at the moment, and Spurs, who don't hardly ever lose, and then we play Chelsea, who are the form team currently.
On my birthday as well. So it could be a crazy birthday if we don't win that game. I'll tell you that. But listen, love to everybody. Appreciate everybody's support, and I'll see you soon.